32 minutes from history. The road to school immortality leads to Chapel Hill. From the Smith Center, it's the 4A Women's State Championship presented by West Shore Home. Apex Friendship against the defending champ, Chambers Cougars. Good afternoon, everybody. Patrick McKenis, Jay Sohnhalter, and Jay, we get into big schools now. The 4A state title. Vance, now known as Chambers, the defending state champions. They blew through Garner last year. Apex Friendship from Wake County, first ever chance to raise a state banner.
Yeah, this is going to be such a great matchup. Apex Friendship has rolled through the regular season and the playoffs. They're led by a deep team and a star player. Chambers has the experience from last year. They can lean on only one player back, but they know how to get the job done throughout the year. They play inside and outside at a high level.
All right, let's take a look at the Hardee's star players to watch here today. Brought to you by Hardee's. Try the new bacon.
On the year. She does a great job on the fast break, excelling, pushing the pace. She's an outstanding leader and good on the defensive end. Over for Chambers, Trinity Moreland, 6'2". She's so good down on the block. She creates double and triple teams for her teammates. On the defensive end, she does a nice job with her shot blocking ability and creating havoc.
All right, now for our Ingles food for thought. Low prices, love the savings.
An Apex Friendship today has to play through the contact. This is a physical Chambers team, and then respond to runs. They want to limit the runs and also stretch theirs out. Over for Chambers, defending the perimeter, really good three-point shooting team for Apex Friendship, and then boxing out down low and being physical, controlling the glass will be huge.
All right, the two-time defending champion Chambers Cougars take on Apex Friendship, the top seed in the East. Tip-off between the Patriots and the Cougars from Chapel Hill coming up next.
With 4 strips of crispy bacon and rich melty cheese and 2 juicy charbroiled patties. Of course, no meeting can compete with this meat. Give in to the new Double Bacon Beast Burger at Hardee's and feed your happy.
Orthopedic care goes beyond my appointment. From the convenience of online scheduling to a friendly voice on the phone, I can schedule my visit on my time. And with after-hours urgent care and video visits, my pain doesn't have to be my problem anymore. Ortho Carolina. My care, my way. Schedule your appointment today at orthocarolina.com.
Parents all over North Carolina are taking the Talk It Out pledge with their teens. It helps you make a plan together for what they'll do if friends have alcohol. It says they can call you anytime without being punished.
Thanks, Dad.
Anytime. Thanks for calling.
No problem.
You know, when I'm not busy driving nails, I'm driving through Builder's Discount Center. And no wonder. They have top-grade materials and the best prices in town. The lumber, roofing, windows, vinyl siding, and complete packages for storage buildings, decks, even garages. And you can just drive in, load up, and drive out.
You can't do that at those big box stores.
Real projects, real materials, real fast. Don't just build, build tough. BuildersDiscount.net.
With crispy bacon and fluffy eggs and melty cheese. Whoa. Beast mode doesn't have to stop for breakfast. Give in to the new Bacon Beast breakfast menu at Hardee's and feed your happy.
4A Women's State Basketball Championship moments away. The two-time defending champion Chambers Cougars and Apex Friendship, which saw its basketball program begin in 2016. They were winless that year. Here they are 6 years later playing for their first state title. Zoe Henderson for the Cougars will jump to center with Leah Anderson. And we're underway. Apex Friendship in the Navy traveling road uniforms. The Chambers Cougars in the home white, and we will re-jump to get things underway. And the tip controlled by the 29-2 Patriots out of Apex, North Carolina. The SWAC champions against the Chambers Cougars, 23-6 Wizards. They were the 6th seed coming out of the West. And the Patriots play it to the inside as we take a look at our West Shore Home starting lineup. Brought to you by West Shore Home, America's most admired home remodeling brand. Indy Navarre, the star. McDonald's All-American for the Patriots. And Trinity Moreland, the senior who scored 15 in the state title game last year for the Cougars, is in the middle for Chambers. A bit of a nervous beginning for the first 39 seconds of this one, Jay.
Yeah, for Apex Friendship coming into the year, Scott Campbell and his team had such high hopes to get to this point and finish it off. Had such a great year led by him and Indy Navarre, 29-2.
Our number 12, this is her sister, Jasmine Navarre. Misses a 3. Offensive rebound grab by Victoria's side. And the fadeaway is going to first points of the game to Jasmine Navarre, the freshman younger sister of the Stanford recruit. Chambers back-to-back state titles, co-champs in the COVID year of 2020. Pete Garner blasted the Trojans last year. Baseline drive, hanging is Holloway, and we're tied.
And the question for Chambers is, how do you slow down Indy Navarre? The first 2 possessions, they come out in a box and 1. Try to throw a curveball to begin the game.
She has seen about every defense ever designed. Jada Colvin drills the 3. Haven't seen Indy Navarre even make an offensive touch yet, but a couple of buckets by the Patriots. First West Shore Home 3-pointer of this game. West Shore Home bringing happiness to every home. Chambers in that championship win last year. Leah Behringer went off for 32 points. That one made 5 threes, 7 of 7 from the line as they blew the doors off of Garner by 36 points. And here is Indy Navarre, number 12. Little contact, rides the defense into the front court. Draws 3 defenders, throws back. It's loose and taken away by Trinity Moreland of the Cougars. Up ahead, Holloway. She'll pull up from mid-range. Rebound tip and grab by Jasmine Navarre. Here come the Patriots. 3-on-3. And it's off the hands of Victoria's side and out of bounds.
And both teams trying to get into a flow of the ball game. Chambers, another great year under Donnell Ryan.
Here's Ryan's record, 23-6 this year. 6th year as the head man for the Cougar program. The co-champs a couple of years ago. 3 state titles overall for the Cougars. Joey Henderson looking to the inside for Moreland, not there. L will enter to Moreland, and we get a traveling call against Chambers.
Leah Anderson, the junior, 6'1", down low, battling with Moreland, bodying her up. There's good pressure on the perimeter as well on the entry pass. Patriots doing a nice job on the defensive end.
Now for Scott Campbell's Patriots, 29-2. Their last loss was within their conference back on February 11th to Green Level, a team they knocked off in the regional semifinals. Shot is missed, breaking behind the defense is Holloway. Blew the uncontested layup, though, right in front of the Apex Friendship student section here in Chapel Hill. And an accidental trip. That will be a foul on L.
I just love how Navarre pushes the tempo up. She gets the board. Tries to create numbers, drives in, and gets the foul call.
Chris Riddle, our referee today, working his 3rd state championship. 3 minutes gone by in this opening quarter. 5-2 lead for the Patriots. This is Jasmine Navarre. She's already made 1. Make it 2. 8-2 lead for the Patriots.
Great start for the freshman. Coming in on this stage, knocking down 2 shots. Throughout her career, she's going to continue to be a Division I recruit and get more and more attention.
They're harassed against Holloway. And now in the hands of Al, averaging 9 a game. Will fade away by Henderson. A nice move to get open above the foul line. A good touch. For Patriots. Backed off Millbrook by 17 in the regional final. There's Indy Navarre's first 3-point look, no good. Offensive rebound by Anderson. And Jasmine Navarre will reset. She has the early field. Coleman lost the handle. Take away by the Cougars. Jaslyn Harris, and there's a foul on Indy Navarre about 75 feet away, and she knew it. She was thinking that she had a shot at a steal, reached around, picks up the foul. And that is number 1 on Navarre. We'll have our first meeting timeout. The two-time defending champs trail by 4.
I got my COVID-19 vaccine because I want to work towards a more normal world in the classroom and for sports and my grandparents.
I got vaccinated because I love my family. I love my friends.
Visit myspot.nc.gov to schedule your child's COVID-19 vaccine today.
There's something bigger than just me. I represent an entire facility.
People appreciate you for what you do. Thank you, shake your hand.
I feel like I'm doing a service to the citizens of North Carolina.
You know, you want to be the best officer you can be.
Parents all over North Carolina are taking the Talk It Out pledge with their teens. It helps you make a plan together for what they'll do if friends have alcohol. It says they can call you anytime without being punished.
Thanks, Dad.
Anytime. Thanks for calling.
No problem.
Four-point lead for Apex Friendship in their first ever state title appearance. 14-3 last year, knocked out in the 3rd round, made the 4th round a couple of years ago. Titles, he said it took his team a long time to gel this year. A lot of graduation hits from last year's state title team. So they really didn't kind of get their groove and hit the ground running until right around the conference tournament, and they've been white-hot since.
Yeah, it's so tough when you have many new faces, getting a chemistry and getting everybody to play as one. Right when the games and the importance started to pick up, that's when they really came together. They've been playing good basketball in the playoffs.
That's a really balanced offensive unit for the Cougars. That pass could not be controlled by Jaslyn Harris. Turnover, Chambers. There's a look at Donnell Ryan. 6th year on the bench for the Cougars. Knocked off Charlotte Catholic in the regional finals 45-36. They don't put up a ton of points, but they know their strength is in the post and playing defense. Man-to-man on the inside. Navarre turnaround baseline jumper, no. Cougars with the rebound as Hicks will outlet. Yeah, that pass tough to handle. Nice save, though, by the Cougars, maintaining possession.
They've got to get the ball inside. Try to get the ball in a 2-man game down on the block.
Out of a trap, the pass goes to Holloway, misses a 3 out of the corner. Look at Jaslyn Navarre, controls that rebound, spins away, and leads the break to her sister. Oh, what a combination from Jaslyn Navarre to Indy Navarre for the last time they will play together in organized basketball today.
A special chemistry between those two that only sisters would have. The acrobatic finish for the layup.
Off-balance jumper by Henderson. No, she forced it. Anderson the rebound for Apex Friendship. 10-4 lead for the Patriots. Here's Side attacking. Missing though. Break there for the Cougars. Defensive breakdown in transition. Holloway averages 14 a game. She's number 10 for the Cougars. Top scorer this year. This is L. Throws to the inside. And Henderson was thinking about making a pass. Traveled as she did so. It's going to be a turnover either way.
The Patriots double teaming, coming over for a trap, moving their feet, communicating, and cutting off the baseline. It's been a good start on the defensive end, just clogging things up for Chambers.
For Scott Campbell, he has coached in a state title game once before, but it was 16 years ago for a different school. He brought Apex to the state championship game when they got beat by South Mecklenburg. But thanks to Indy Navarre's 34 points against Millbrook in the regional final, they're back. This is Jaslyn Navarre. Skip to Side. Side attacking, missing. Jaslyn Navarre the rebound and controls. Little fadeaway, she got fouled. And Lila Holloway commits the foul for Chambers.
Early on, Patriots doing all the little things, getting the loose ball, scrapping. Offensive board. Navarre freshman coming through with another important play to get to the line.
5 early points for Jasmine Navarre, and just like we saw Apex Friendship take on Millbrook in the regional final last week, Jay, and India Navarre, almost by design, wasn't looking to score early. She wanted to get Sign involved. She wanted to get Anderson and her sister Jasmine Navarre involved, and then she took over later. We're seeing kind of the same thing evolve here today. Both free throws made by Navarre from the Builders Discount Center free throw line. Builders Discount, don't just build tough. 8-point lead for the Patriots. 2-on-1, break in the press, little ball fake, and the bucket by Kay Decker for the Cougars. And now we have a violation on Apex Friendship. Sign was ready to throw in, stepped over the baseline and tried to step back and turns it back to the Cougars. Final 2 minutes of this opening quarter. Hicks, short. Rebound to Coleman. And the Cougars get back in transition defensively. Sign, a heavy take and a double block. Oh, that shot attempt out of bounds.
Good help defense coming over on the baseline. Sign used the crossover dribble. Thought she had the angle, but the Cougars were able to close it out quickly. Comes the help. Good job. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, hand from 2 different players for the Cougars. Knocked that one out. And it's in the hands of India Navarre. Coleman, a catch and release 3. Short. Cougars the rebound, and here comes Holloway. 12-6, Cougars trail. A different identity for this Chambers squad this year. They're not going to outscore teams. They're going to grind you down, run their stuff. This is a 3 out of the corner, and Holloway off to a fast start. That's 5 for her.
The young sophomore stepping up. She's their best long-range shooter. Good job setting her feet.
The West Shore home three-pointer. West Shore home bringing happiness to every home. Across the lane, contact. And Jasmine, probably that'll be Coleman heading to the free throw line for Apex.
Another one of the senior leaders for the Patriots.
All right, so back at the Builders Discount Center free throw line. This is Jada Coleman. A couple of subs for the first time in the game for Apex Friendship. Marley Beam is in, along with Caitlin Littlejohn. So Jasmine Navarre, along with Anderson, will get a breather with 49 seconds left in this opening quarter. Coleman with 5, Jasmine Navarre with 7 in this opening quarter. And India Navarre, daring play right there with a foul, went for a steal and missed it, and the Cougars will try to make Apex Friendship pay. They missed the first opportunity. The ball scored to the backcourt, foot race, bodies dive, and the ball will go out of bounds, and it will be Apex Friendship basketball. Scott Campbell loves the hustle.
And right now, they want it more. Getting all the loose balls. Look at Navarre hustling, diving for it. And a good call by the referee.
All right, so here is India Navarre. Wheels in the corner. Spots up. Long-range jumper is missed over Decker. And here come the Cougars again with numbers. Engel to the hole. And it's going to be waiting on the call here. Is it a block or a charge? It's going to be a block.
Coleman tries to get back in position. Just couldn't get all the way in front to get the call.
Leaving on the run on Coleman. So a couple of free throws for Engel. Builders Discount Center. Don't just build tough. I'll tell you what, it can be unnerving, but again, this is the first time in a couple of years we've played these state title games back in the big school coliseums and arenas. If you're Engel and Junior, you're shooting into a sea of Apex Friendship students in a cavernous stadium. Makes 1 of 2, and it's out of bounds to Apex Friendship.
When all those students were jumping pregame right before the tip-off, and it was actually shaking the rim, so they're making their presence known.
15 seconds left in the quarter, 14-10, Apex Friendship. And some light pressure to try and slow down Littlejohn, the Patriots here. Clock continues to run. There's a clock issue. They got it into the Patriots. Clock started to run and then never stopped even after the whistle. I don't think the officials noticed it.
Yeah, it looked like it ran. It kept running.
Yeah, ran for a couple more seconds. So it's into Navarre. She doesn't need 15 seconds to score. She's only a couple. And she's casually bringing it across the timeline with 7. This ball may not leave her hands. Navarre down the lane, protects the ball, throws up a wild one. No, tip won't go. And that's the end of the first quarter from Chapel Hill. Well, for a team that's never played for a state title, off a pretty good start. Apex Friendship leads the 2-time defending champs by 4 after 1.
You know, when I'm not busy driving nails, I'm driving through Builders Discount Center. And no wonder. They have top-grade materials and the best prices in town. The lumber, roofing, windows, vinyl siding, and complete packages for storage buildings, decks, even garages. And you can just drive in, load up, and drive out.
You can't do that at those big box stores.
Real projects, real materials, real fast. Don't just build, build tough. BuildersDiscount.net.
Wofford takes down Carolina, and the Furman Paladins have defeated
The underdog. The long shot. The nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen in your dreams, kid. 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. We're with you every step of the way.
Posting nonsense on Facebook is for 20-year-olds, y'all.
What happens in the courtroom stays in the courtroom.
Try that again.
Your Honor.
That's way better.
All this because you all wouldn't take out the trash.
Get out of my courtroom right now.
Wrong person to talk to like that. Wrong person. Don't talk to me like that. I ain't her, and I ain't all these other people you've been jumping on.
Catch Judge Mathis and People's Court weeknights at 5 and 6 on MyRDC 28.
There's something bigger than just me. I represent an entire facility.
People appreciate you for what you do. Thank you. Shake your hand.
I feel like I'm doing a service to the citizens of North Carolina.
You know, you want to be the best officer you can be.
Arby's, 2 for $6 every day. Arby's classic roast beef, adored by billions. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meat.
Well, let's take a look at the first quarter stats brought to you by a Legacy Federal Credit Union. Be your best you with a Legacy Federal Credit Union.
A similar start for both teams stat-wise. Apex Friendship kind of living behind the three-point line. That's where their strength is, even on turnovers. But Friendship, the surprise is they're giving up height to Chambers, but they're winning on the boards with a +2 advantage.
So a 14-10 lead for the Patriots. Take a look at the Hardee's points in the paint. Try the new Bacon Beast menu at a Hardee's. Crispy bacon in a burger, biscuit, or breakfast burrito.
And every possession down low for Chambers. Put the ball down in the post. Let your height go to work. And that's where your advantage is. 2 players over 6 feet tall for Chambers. That's where your strength is, not on the perimeter, but down low.
And when you talk about Apex Friendship, again, they've never, ever been here before, but they have basically cruised through most of the regular season and the postseason. One thing that Scott Campbell told us last week was that he didn't know how his team would respond in a tight game. Well, they had a huge lead against Millbrook, and then a huge rally by the Wildcats cut it to a 2-possession game, and he thought they handled it rather well.
And they've blown everybody out. And in that ball game, when Millbrook went on the run, they found a way. When it got to 7 points, they just put an end to it. They stretched it out and closed out the ball game.
That's Holloway for 3. Misfires short, and it's out of bounds to Apex Friendship. But for a group of players, and this is going to be applied too to the Chambers Cougars, you would understand if they had a little bit of anxiety or nerves, because even though the Cougars have won the last 2, frankly, this is a really young Chambers squad here, but I don't see a lot of nerves over the first 8 minutes of this game.
Yeah, both sides, handled the atmosphere, I think, pretty well.
Yeah. There is a look at Donnell Ryan. Jada Creech now on the floor for the Cougars, wearing 00. Indy Navarre just 2 points in that opening quarter on 1 of 6 shooting. She'll break across the lane. A couple of determined dribbles, wheels, and misses the jumper in the paint. And the Cougars close it down. lead for Apex Friendship. The takeaway by the Patriots. And Littlejohn will work the offense. Tough pass to handle from Littlejohn. Coleman able to knock it down. And she double dribbles. Looking back at the official as if to say, I did what here? So Jasmine Navarre back in for Apex Friendship. 7 points to lead everybody in that first quarter. And the Navarre sisters, very different players. Ceiling is pretty high for the freshman Jasmine as well, but a much different player, even looking ahead 3 years toward her junior and senior years in high school.
And they're both really good shooters. They've had an impact, and what India's been able to do throughout her career is provide such a good example for her sister.
Off the bounce, she'll fire a three, rim it off, and India Navarre the rebound for the Patriots. That's 4 already for Navarre. No, there's too much on that pass from Navarre. It's about a 6-foot pass at about 40 miles an hour.
When she's looking up court, she got the rebound and then was trying to fast break. Chambers doing a nice job getting back, cutting off penetration. And she just has to slow it down and pull it back out and set up the offense.
Scott Campbell said it's been a pure joy not only to coach Navarre and now her younger sister, but to really get to know the Navarre family. It's a high-quality family. 35 years now on the sideline for Campbell. An interior pass poked away. And here is Jasmine Navarre. Look at the wheels. Lost the handle, though. And the Cougars trying to take it away. And we do get a whistle for a stoppage of play. And I think a timeout was claimed by Julius Chambers. So good work by Donnell Ryan right in front of him to keep that possession alive and not give up the tie-up.
Yeah, smart timeout. Now, he's got to get the ball inside. Scott Campbell's team is fronting the post, getting good perimeter pressure. Marley Beam created the turnover on the last possession, so they're doing a nice job on the defensive end. But when they get turnovers, again, we've seen it throughout the start of this game, they're looking for fast break opportunities.
All right, stay tuned. The myspot.nc.gov halftime report is coming up. COVID-19 vaccines available to everyone 5 and up. Boosters for 12 and older. You can find them at myspot.nc.gov. So coming up, we'll hear from the Commissioner, Q Tucker. First half highlights and more. All decked out, are they not? That's not Captain America. That's Captain Patriot for Apex Friendship, which has suddenly become one of kind of the premier athletic institutions in Wake County. And again, the school's only been in existence for about 7 or 8 years.
Great football program, men's basketball. Scott Campbell has just been masterful with the women's program. Such a good person, and they deserve all this success.
Yeah. And then we talk with Donnell Ryan and the Chambers Cougars. He said, you know, when I got here 6 years ago, the women's basketball program was an afterthought. I mean, he's had to build this thing board by board, nail by nail, instruct, coach, teach, and they have become the dominant force in the West. And there is the second foul on India Navarre. And that could loom large. Deflected pass. Still gets to Littlejohn. 2-on-2. Jasmine Navarre, one dribble. Defender sails by, but she cannot finish. Stays with the Patriots. Neither team has scored in the second quarter.
It's kind of been a drought, and they just have to convert those opportunities. I like the effort. But when you get in close, a lot of defensive pressure flowing in. You got to knock it down.
So the Patriots get it in. This is Navarre for 3. Is not feeling it so far. Navarre is now 1 of 8 from the field. Cougars still down by 4. Holloway, a blocking foul along the sideline. And that's going to go against Marley Beam. So Scott Campbell will untangle himself. He doesn't usually sit on a seat on the sideline. He's usually like down on his backside with one leg folded underneath him. But where the Patriots are, or probably where the Cougars are inbound, he would have been right in the way. Miscommunication there on that pass. as L had made a cut toward the block.
Now 9 turnovers for the Cougars. They've got to clean up that area, and they're showing pressure as well.
And Scott Campbell wants a timeout for the Patriots. 5:41 left until halftime. 14-10, about what we expected. And Donnell Ryan's defense against Navarre with the box and one, the various defenders on her, worked very well so far.
He's had success with it and just creating problems for her, making it more stressful on the offensive end. Apex Friendship has to find a way through pick and roll situations, fast break as well, to try to get easy shots for Navarre. And Scott Campbell's group, he's got a deep team. They're doing a really nice job on the defensive end, and they can explode on offense. They average over 66 points per game, but still just trying to find the flow and convert opportunities.
All right, coming up in the fourth quarter, we will have our Talk It Out NC play of the game. Start the conversation, stop underage drinking. As Scott told us before the Millbrook game last week, the regional final, that he was incredibly nervous. I will censor myself a little bit from what the actual words were. But I wonder how he was feeling before today's game. I chatted with him briefly before the team came on the floor for photos. You caught up with him, I think, for a couple of seconds on the bench, yes?
Yeah, he looked great. He's relaxed. Both coaches seem to just enjoy the moment, and they deserve this moment.
So Jasmine Navarre brings over the timeline for the Patriots. And again, more miscommunication on an errant pass, but it still gets into the hands of Sign, who misses one on the baseline. Got it back, and there is Victoria Sign's first points of the game.
Victoria Sign's are really good players. As good job by her just staying relentless on the glass. She's an important piece, especially with her outside shooting.
16-10, Patriots lead. This is the 4A Women's Basketball Championships. Inside, Indy Navarre leaps up to take it away, gets around a defender, leads the break, and Navarre is hoping this is a block, and it will be. She's again daringly playing as she normally does with no fouls, with 2 fouls.
Good anticipation on the defensive end, getting the turnover, and she's just so talented. She makes it look easy. She just weaved in and out of the pressure. The defender's trying to stop her. She gets to the line because she had the angle. She knew she could get to the corner and just went towards the hoop and getting to the line.
4:58 remaining in this first half. Navarre rolls in the free throw. She has 3 points. Again, she scored 34 in the regional final against Millbrook. Apex Friendship scored 65. She had more than half. Makes 1 of 2. Patriots lead. Cougars has 4 of 15 from the field in this contest. Harris, a pass a little bit behind Henderson. Sign. She'll drill that off of her foot. We're not seeing nervousness, but we're seeing some pretty haphazard play.
Yeah, and for Chambers, again, we talked about the strength down in the post. Out on the perimeter, their guards are playing well beyond the three-point line, and the pressure from the Patriots is really giving them problems. They can't even get the entry pass in down on the block.
I mean, a majority of the turnovers that we are seeing are exactly like that. I mean, they're just not connecting simple passes. It has nothing to do with the defensive pressure, but we've seen a handful of those by the Patriots, several of those as well by the Cougars.
And which team can take advantage of the turnovers is going to be key.
Did we check in between games? Is the floor still level? Is everything okay here? I know this is the third game. It's not like we're all playing out of the same div in the sand trap here.
It's definitely not golf weather outside. Last week, it looked like it was going to be warm for the rest of the go, but we got winter again.
Midway mark of the second quarter. Jada Colvin. 5 first quarter points. In the lane, got a hit. That's going to count. And the first real dynamic play of this championship.
The sidelines for Apex Friendship erupts after Coleman goes in. Just a teardrop on the run. Nice arc, and she takes the contact and finishes through to get to the line.
Well, despite the offensive struggles and the turnover problems, Apex Friendship to a 9-point lead, and they have not yet allowed a point in this quarter to Chambers.
In 100 counties in North Carolina, we have over 800 agents. We are within the communities, and our job is to help you. It's not just a business relationship, it's a friendship. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
It's something bigger than just me. I represent an entire facility.
People appreciate you for what you do. Thank you, shake your hand.
I feel like I'm doing a service to the citizens of North Carolina.
You know, you want to be the best officer you can be.
Parents all over North Carolina are taking the Talk It Out pledge with their teens. It helps you make a plan together for what they'll do if friends have alcohol. It says they can call you anytime without being punished.
Thanks, Dad.
Anytime. Thanks for calling.
No problem.
Well, coming up later in this broadcast, we will have the West Shore Home Player of the Game. West Shore Home, bringing happiness to every home. 3:57 remaining, second quarter in Chapel Hill for a women's state championship featuring Apex Friendship. First appearance ever in this title game against the two-time defending state champs, led by that man, Donnell Ryan. 19-10 Apex. Jay, we have played 12 minutes of game time and seen 21 combined turnovers in this contest.
Well, and each team needs to clean up that area. Apex Friendship taking advantage of it. 9 points off of turnovers where Chambers 0. So that's been the huge factor. That's why they're winning, because they're taking advantage of some of those opportunities. But they've got to find a way, the Cougars do, of just running their offense and getting into a flow.
Haven't heard really much at all from Moreland. She takes it here. Shot gets blocked out of her hand. And look how quickly the Patriots run the floor. Navarre, bounce pass, gets into Coleman. There's the bucket. A beautiful assist by the Patriots. They lead by 12.
And they play their best when they're on the run, pushing the tempo up the court and using their speed to their advantage.
This is an 8-0 spurt in this quarter by Apex Friendship, and it ends right there. It's a 2. Aaliyah L with her first points of the game. Coleman to Indy Navarre, up fake, drives in, and the defense will force her to give it up. Sign, dribble a handoff, and it's an offensive foul. That's going to be charged against Victoria Sign for running it right through the defender. She brought basically 4 players to the same tiny area along that sideline.
The Cougars changing up the defensive look, going to a straight man-to-man, switching from the box and one. She just hits him with the shoulder.
Trinity Moreland, meanwhile, heads off to the bench for the Chambers Cougars. And Hicks is back on the floor. Inside 3 minutes for the half. Cougars ball down 10. The pull-up. And the closeout by Navarre. She has Coleman down the floor, hits her with a beautiful pass, and a scoop layup from Jada Coleman. I'll tell you, Indy Navarre's not doing it on the scoring column, but she is doing it with her court vision and rebounding and forcing turnovers.
She can hurt you in so many different ways, and so much of the defensive focus is on her to stop her when she's dishing the ball off to her teammates. Gets the rebound, immediately looks up the court and finds her senior teammate Coleman.
5 rebounds, 2 assists for Indy Navarre in this first half. Just 1 of 8 shooting, but right now the offense is being picked up by her sister and other teammates. Coleman and Stein got pushed in the back. And that's going to go against Zoe Henderson. That will be her second. And the Cougars are over the limit. Not a lot has gone right for Chambers here in this opening half. Now back to the North Carolina Department of Public Safety free throw line. Go to ncdps.gov/careers and start your new career. So Victoria Sign will get the bonus. Averages 11 a game. She's a junior. So the key seniors who will depart after today's game for Apex Friendship are Coleman and Indy Navarre. Everybody else will be back. (26-12), Patriots lead.
Patriots 8 for 9 from the line, taking advantage of the free throws, and Chambers only 2 attempts.
Little change defensively by the Patriots, and the trap out front pays off. And then we had travel though on Apex Friendship before a little contact. So Anderson and Apex Friendship turns it over, but a little junk defense there by Scott Campbell, throwing the little trap out front, a new look, and the Cougars did not handle it well. Well, the two-time defending champs need to put something together here in the last 2 minutes of this half.
They've got to gain some momentum, some confidence on the offensive end. Somebody has to step up. You know, they've got to find a go-to player that they can count on to get buckets.
And Moreland remains on the bench for the Cougars. L. Out of Hall. They cross it over to Hicks, and Sandy Hicks with her first points.
That's good ball movement, and Hicks finishing it off.
Jasmine Navarre through the middle. Defense switches on her. Littlejohn, again, poor decisions and, again, just executing simple passes. That has not been really the hallmark of either of these teams here in this first half.
Well, that's one area they're going to have to focus on the halftime break. 12 turnovers against 14 for Chambers, but Apex Friendship needs to clean it up as well.
A minute to go in this first half. Hall bobbled it a bit. That's a really risky pass right there. There's another one to the wing. Jumper off of the heel. The Patriots will claim the Rainbow's side. Jasmine Navarre got behind the defense as the dribble was knocked out of bounds in midcourt. That stymies what would have been a fast break opportunity for the Patriots. 50 seconds left in the first half. Indy Navarre has only 3 points in this first half, and the Patriots have a double-digit lead. Jasmine in trouble down the sideline. A lot of congestion there. There's a trap. Dangerous pass. Oh, Navarre again. Nifty handles to save it. Sign for three. Short. Rebound pops right into the hands of Anderson, but then taken away. And the Cougars releasing with Hall. A nice look in the paint and the finish by Hicks. 20 seconds left. It's back to a 10-point game.
Important possession to move the ball quickly and get to and make it a 10-point deficit.
And Navarre knocked off bounce it. Wild shot, no good. 8 seconds left. Sign has it. Short jumper, no. Rebound Cougars. They'll have a shot to get it inside 10. This is Hall. Passes to the top. This will count if it goes from Decker. No. Just rolls off. And that is the end of the first half. Apex Friendship establishing a 14-point lead. They will take it to the locker room for the first time ever in a state title game, up by 10. A reminder, stay tuned. The myspot.nc.gov halftime report is right around the corner. We'll hear from Q Tucker, the commissioner, first half highlights, and more. COVID-19 vaccines available to everyone 5 and older, boosters 12 and up. Find them at myspot.nc.gov. Patriots by 10 at halftime of the 4A Women's State Title game in Chapel Hill.
Parents all over North Carolina are taking the Talk It Out pledge with their teens. It helps you make a plan together for what they'll do if friends have alcohol. It says they can call you anytime without being punished.
Thanks, Dad.
Anytime. Thanks for calling.
No problem.
Sometimes playing our best game means changing our approach. Think about your favorite sport. For me, that's soccer. When you're playing a new team and you use a new move against them, you score. But once the rival team sees your moves, they can prepare against your team in the future. That's how viruses, like the coronavirus, work. Which means as new variants pop up, we have to adapt to defend ourselves. COVID-19 vaccines help our bodies recognize the virus and the different variants. They are our best defense against COVID-19, so don't wait to vaccinate. Visit myspot.nc.gov.
Everyone 5 and older can get a COVID-19 vaccine. Visit myspot.nc.gov.
You know, when I'm not busy driving nails, I'm driving through Builders Discount Center. And no wonder. They have top-grade materials and the best prices in town. The lumber, roofing, windows, vinyl siding, and complete packages for storage buildings, decks, even garages. And you can just drive in, load up, and drive out.
You can't do that at those big box stores.
Real projects, real materials, real fast. Don't just build, build tough. BuildersDiscount.net.
You're watching the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. COVID-19 vaccines are available to everyone 5 and older and boosters for 12 and older. Find them at myspot.nc.gov.
And back inside the Dean Dome, halftime finds Apex Friendship leading Chambers 26-16. And Jay Sohnhalter, discussion at halftime in that Chambers locker room has to be, we need to take care of the basketball, and who's going to score?
Yeah, who's going to step up? I think it's got to be Holloway, Moreland as well. Both of those players have been quiet. They got to protect the basketball, get points in the paint, and then find a way to slow down all the depth of Apex Friendship. Indy and Navarre only 3 points.
More of the myspot.nc.gov halftime report coming up.
Sometimes playing our best game means changing our approach. Think about your favorite sport. For me, that's soccer. When you're playing a new team and you use a new move against them, you score. But once the rival team sees your moves, they can prepare against your team in the future. That's how viruses, like the coronavirus, work. Which means as new variants pop up, we have to adapt to defend ourselves. COVID-19 vaccines help our bodies recognize the virus and the different variants. They are our best defense against COVID-19, so don't wait to vaccinate. Visit myspot.nc.gov.
Everyone 5 and older can get a COVID-19 vaccine. Visit myspot.nc.gov.
West Shore Home is the easiest solution on the market for shower and bath remodeling. And today I'm joined by Kirsten to see why so many homeowners trust West Shore with their shower and bath project.
So Joe, every year thousands of homeowners use us for their bath or shower remodel. We make it so easy and convenient. Check us out online. You're going to see thousands of reviews, customers raving about West Shore Home.
Yeah, check them out. It's like one 5-star review after another. It's really impressive. Now, I know a lot of people are getting ready to start their project now. Anything special you can do for them?
So Joe, anyone who's looking to update their shower or bath should definitely give us a call. We're offering 5 years of 0% interest financing plus 50% off the cost of installation. Take a look at some of these jobs we've done recently. The work turns out amazing.
Folks, you heard Kirsten. West Shore Home helps tens of thousands of homeowners every year. And give them a call now and take advantage of that great offer. It's 5 years of 0% interest financing plus 50% off the cost of installation. Call West Shore Home now.
You're watching the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. COVID-19 vaccines are available to everyone 5 and older and boosters for 12 and older. Find them at myspot.nc.gov.
A 10-point lead for Apex Friendship, leading Chambers 26-16 at halftime. Jay Sohnhalter had an opportunity to sit down with the commissioner of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Let's join Jay with Q Tucker.
Welcome in, Commissioner Tucker. It's great to have you back after another successful season. How good is it to be back in the Smith Center at Reynolds Coliseum for the championships?
Well, it is so good that I can hardly contain myself in trying
to describe it. It's been 2 years almost to the date when we had to postpone and then ultimately cancel our state championships, even though we had championships last year and they were in great venues of our high schools, on our high school campuses, but to be back in our old stomping grounds, so to speak, it just is a good feeling. It makes us feel like we're getting back to what is more normal.
How did the regional championships go at all the sites across the state?
I thought for the most part, every comment I heard has been very, very positive. We had been thinking about the fifth round being in a neutral facility and looking at some of the large high schools, but it was difficult to be able to do that prior to some teams not advancing. And so some of those large high schools stepped forward and said, you know what, we'll host. And they did a wonderful job.
So many exciting games this weekend. What are you most looking forward to?
As I am a former basketball coach, I always am excited to just be able to watch the game be played. So just to be able to get into the Smith Center, get into Reynolds, and be able to see basketball is always just a thrill for me. But what I enjoy the most is being able to look at the faces of the young people as they compete, to watch the coaches as they're on the sidelines trying to get them to perform at their highest level. It's just a wonderful, wonderful experience. And then, of course, you can't dismiss the fans. They all come in. They all know how to coach that game. They all know how to officiate that game. And so just to watch them and to just experience them experiencing the game is really just exciting.
Shifting gears a bit to the organizational side of the association, can you provide an update on the NCHSAA's progress towards a memorandum of understanding with the State Board of Education?
Well, since November, House Bill 91 obviously was signed by Governor Cooper back then. Since that time, our executive committee, along with our full board of directors, have been working with the Board of Education to carve out the memorandum of understanding. There were some rules that had to be crafted, drafted, so to speak. And then once those rules were put in place, or at least were put on paper, then we went about the business of trying to get the memorandum of understanding to something that would still be of benefit to not only the organization itself, but to all boys and girls across the state. So we now have a memorandum of understanding that has not been signed, but our board has essentially said we will approve of what we've been able to carve out. Right now, the process, the voting is underway, and then it'll be about the bylaws and trying to make sure that they all work together. And then it goes into effect July 1, 2022.
Thank you for your time, Commissioner Tucker, and congratulations on a great season.
Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in North Carolina.
This message presented by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and the North Carolina Athletic Directors Association.
You know, when I'm not busy driving nails, I'm driving through Builders Discount Center. And no wonder. They have top-grade materials and the best prices in town. The lumber, roofing, windows, vinyl siding, and complete packages for storage buildings, decks, even garages. And you can just drive in, load up, and drive out.
You can't do that at those big box stores.
Real projects, real materials, real fast. Don't just build, build tough. BuildersDiscount.net.
There's only one rule.
The motion picture rating R stands for what?
On Funny You Should Ask.
Ready to see boobs?
Don't stop laughing.
What you talking about, Bruce Willis?
It's America's game show where comics rule.
In the Cat and the Fiddle, who runs away with the spoon?
The crackhead.
Join the fun. Watch the next Funny You Should Ask.
Parents all over North Carolina are taking the Talk It Out pledge with their teens. It helps you make a plan together for what they'll do if friends have alcohol. It says they can call you anytime without being punished.
Thanks, Dad.
Anytime. Thanks for calling.
No problem.
You're watching the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. COVID-19 vaccines are available to everyone 5 and older and boosters for 12 and older. Find them at myspot.nc.gov.
Apex Friendship on top of the two-time defending state champion Chambers Cougars 26-16. Patrick Guinness, Jay Sohnhalter, and Jay, let's take a look at some first half highlights and how, without any of ours big offense, the Patriots been able to establish a double-digit lead.
Jasmine Navarre had a big first half, and there's Coleman as well. Crossover dribble, getting into the paint. She's doing a nice job. 12 points. They've gotten to the line. They've been efficient, 8 for 9. And then India Navarre has found a way through the fast break to create open opportunities for her teammate. And she's been taking it coast to coast and pushing the ball up the court.
And 5 rebounds for India Navarre, a couple of assists, 1 steal, 1 of 8 from the floor, but distributed. And then the Cougars trying to get back in, really trying to figure out who that offensive responsibility falls to.
When you look at the stats, the shooting for Chambers is just not up to their normal standards. They average 54 points per game, only 16 in the first half. Apex Friendship locking things down on the defensive end. The big surprises on the boards. The Patriots +5 advantage. That is huge. And then also getting India Navarre only 3 points in the first half, but they have a 10-point lead. They have to feel good with the position they're in.
All right, your Legacy Federal Credit Union stats. Be your best you with the Legacy Federal Credit Union. 26-16, Patriots lead the Cougars. Second half from Chapel Hill. Call your friends. The Patriots might be winning their first state title.
With crispy bacon and fluffy eggs and melty cheese. Whoa. Beast mode doesn't have to stop for breakfast. Give in to the new Bacon Beast breakfast menu at Hardee's and feed your happy.
My RDC Spotlight on Judge Mathis with my story.
I go into prisons and speak with young men all the time. I speak with them about how they can turn their lives around. And I tell them it takes courage. It takes courage to go back to school, to get a degree, and get a job they can be proud of. Then they're using their courage to help their community rather than harm it.
One of the many people on My RDC giving us their My Story.
Love is louder.
Love is louder.
Love is louder.
Love is louder than bullying.
Than hate. Depression. Loneliness. Stress.
Than anger.
Love is louder than
fear.
Anxiety.
Insecurity.
Love is louder than discrimination. Love is louder than abuse. Love is louder. Love is louder when you take action to help yourself or a friend. If you or someone you know is having a hard time, go to loveislouder.com to find out ways that you can get help and feel better.
Appreciation. Pass it on.
'Cause Mom, you always were the perfect
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
There's something bigger than just me. I represent an entire facility. People appreciate you for what you do. Thank you. Shake your hand.
I feel like I'm doing a service to the citizens of North Carolina.
You know, you want to be the best officer you can be.
With crispy bacon and fluffy eggs and melty cheese. Whoa. Beast mode doesn't have to stop for breakfast. Give in to the new Bacon Beast breakfast menu at Hardee's and feed your happy.
Ready to begin the third quarter from Chapel Hill. The support for both of these programs, tremendous here in Chapel Hill. Certainly a short drive for the Apex Patriot fans, trying to cheer their school to a first ever state championship. And in from the Queen City, from Charlotte, the Chambers Cougars trying to make it 3 straight state titles. 26-16 is the lead. We'll take a look at the Hardee's points to the page, Jay.
This is a matchup we thought would favor Chambers at the beginning of the ball game. The Patriots doing the job down low, taking advantage of fast break opportunities. Also, their half-court offense getting the ball down on the block.
All right, so there's a look at India Navarre. 1 of 8 from the floor in the first half. Just 3 points, but had 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. But Jada Coleman led the Patriots with 12. Jasmine Navarre put in 7 all in the first quarter. And here we go for the third quarter. Apex Friendship in the traveling Navy uniforms. The Cougars, the 2-time reigning champs in the whites. And already we see a change up defensively for the Cougars as they extend. They're looking to trap and try to knock the Patriots a bit off balance. Jasmine Navarre had sign flashing open. Navarre wheeling in. Shot blocked out front by Moreland. And here come the Cougars. A rare transition opportunity. The pull-up is good from Aaliyah L. And a very good first 30 seconds by the Chambers Cougars.
That's what they have to do. Great defense and then move it ball up court, have easy shot opportunities. Moreland averages 2 blocks per game. Good job rejecting the shot.
And a deflected pass off of the fingertips of Zoe Henderson. So immediately we're seeing more attention to detail defensively and a change that clearly the players have bought into. And success can beget more success. Navarre narrowly misstepping on that sideline. One defender falls. She splits 2. Passes it away to Anderson. Misses on the baseline. And there's Jasmine Navarre for the rebound. And again, there's chasing 2 defenders at any ball handler. And there is the payoff by Jada Coleman.
8 offensive rebounds for the Patriots, only 3 for the Cougars. That's a big area of a mismatch, and they make them pay.
West Shore home 3-pointer. West Shore home bringing happiness to every home. Moreland almost got stripped from behind, barrels her way in and scores, and they need to see more of that from Moreland. Her first points today.
They've got to give her the ball and just let her go to work. She has the advantage down low, and she can just drive all the way to the hoop. They need to continue to do that.
Minute and a half gone by. Another tip pass by the Cougar defense. And there's a soft pass, easy steal, 3-on-1 for Chambers, and the layup is in by Jaslyn Harris. And the defense making things happen for the Cougars.
You just sense the urgency, the intensity picking up.
And another risky pass got through. Quick shot out of the corner, missed by side, and here come the Cougars running again. Hesitation move to the hole, and we get a foul. That's going to be number 3 on India Navarre. And Jay, already I get the sense Scott Campbell might be best served by calling a timeout here, because right now his offense doesn't seem to have the composure they need.
And they're picking up the pace. The Cougars are with their trapping defense and just forcing Apex Friendship to look uncomfortable. A couple uncharacteristic possessions for them, and the Cougars turning it into offensive opportunities.
L misses the first and 2 from the North Carolina Department of Public Safety free throw line. ncdps.gov/careers to start your new career. India Navarre stays on the floor, obviously, with 3 fouls now for the Patriots. 1 of 2 from L. And now we'll see what kind of pressure that Donnell Ryan applies here. Yeah, a little 3-quarter trapping action. Deficit down to 6 for Chambers. And now it's Navarre against Holloway. Pass to Jasmine Navarre underneath. Off of her knee, right to a teammate in the corner. 3 is short. Rebound to Henderson. She got knocked to the side. And that's an Apex Friendship foul. And that will go against Victoria's sign, number 2.
Or the trapping defense, they're trying to get steals. And Apex Friendship has cross-court passes. You've got to make your outside shots and hurt them and make them pay, and they haven't been able to do it to start the second.
Late in that second quarter, the Patriots led by 14 points. Turned on the inside, and the shot by Moreland rolls off, and then we get a foul on the Cougars. Number 2 on L. 29-23 Patriots. Jasmine Navarre. She's been crafty with the dribble today. Well defended this time by Decker. Falls, and the Cougars thought she fell on her own. Navarro, though, got nudged a bit off balance. And the Chambers foul goes against Elle. That's number 3. And that's an important one for the Cougars. Elle has been a really well-rounded player in this game.
Really good defender. One of their best.
5 minutes left, third quarter. Dangerous pass tipped away again. Boy, they're not necessarily telegraphed, but they're covering a lot of ground. They don't have a lot of pace on them, and the angle isn't perfect either. They put all those things together, easy to at least get deflections, let alone live ball turnovers for Scott Campbell. Coleman, kick to the corner. This is a 3. No. And the rebound tipped out, and will stay with the Patriots.
The Patriots have got to be confident with their passes, be assertive. Right now, they're kind of looking to go side to side, too much dribbling. You've got to pass the ball north and south, and when you have an open opportunity, take advantage and be aggressive with your shot.
All right, Navarro will throw in with 3 fouls. The lead down to 6, and a foul on the shot is going to send Navarro marching confidently to the free throw line.
Navarro coming and getting the ball. Nice entry pass by Coleman. She gets contact.
And foul charge against Trinity Moreland, her first. And Navarro makes the first of 2 from the North Carolina Department of Public Safety free throw line. ncdps.gov/careers to start your new career as Hicks re-enters for Moreland. Only 1 field goal in this quarter thus far for Apex Friendship. That was the 3 knocked down by Coleman. Navarro makes a couple of free throws. She's only made 1 field goal all game. 8-point lead for the Patriots. Holloway's been quiet. Oh, a nifty pass behind her back, but it traveled. They threw that off for her right hit backwards. It just didn't look like Jaslyn Harris was ready for it. Turnover by Chambers.
On this possession, I would feed the ball to Indian Navarro. Let her go to work. Clear out the side of the floor. Make sure you give her spacing because the double team's going to come up.
And Navarro lost her balance. A little bit out of control. Coleman, the long skip to an open Navarro. Quick move down the lane. The teardrop rimming off. And Chambers with the rebound. Holloway, some space to operate. Midway mark of the third. And a recycle by Chambers. Down by 8. Henderson hands it off. Harris called for a travel. 3:43 left, third quarter. A little bit of life for the Chambers Cougars. Once down by 14. They trail by 8. Middle of the third for the 4A title.
It's time for all parents to have that conversation with their pediatricians.
Vaccines are an important part of the puzzle. We need to step out of ourselves and do what's best for everyone.
Visit myspot.nc.gov to schedule your child's COVID-19 vaccine today.
There's something bigger than just me. I represent an entire facility. People appreciate you for what you do. Thank you, shake your hand.
I feel like I'm doing a service to the citizens of North Carolina.
You know, you want to be the best officer you can be.
MyRDC 28 and Sinclair Broadcast Group want to help the next generation of storytellers. If you're pursuing a career in journalism or marketing, scan the QR code on your screen to apply for the Sinclair Broadcast Group Diversity Scholarship. The deadline is April 30th. Visit sbgi.net/scholarship.
Arby's, 2 for $6 every day. Crispy fish with that spicy kick. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meat.
Midway through through the third quarter of this 4A title game. Let's revisit the Ingles food for thought. Low prices, love the savings. Jay, break it down.
The Patriots have played through contact, 10 for 11 from the free throw line. They've gotten to the line a couple and-one opportunities and then responding to runs. The Cougars went on a run to start the third quarter. Seems like Apex Friendship kind of slowed things down and started to play more comfortable. Now for Chambers, defending the perimeter. Great job so far. Apex Friendship hasn't been efficient from beyond the three-point line, only 23%, and then rebounding. They've got to get better. -4 so far in the game.
I'll do it between
So an 8-point lead, ball belongs to the Patriots. Indy Navarre, along with Victoria Sign, both 1 for 9 from the floor, but they've had other players step up offensively, namely Jada Coleman, 15 to lead the Patriots. Coleman with the ball in her hands right now. Defense extended a bit on this little zone look by the Cougars. Long one-handed pass, cross-court. Navarre steps into a three, leaves it short. Out of bounds to the Cougars. Clean look. Just not feeling it yet.
Well, which team is going to get hot? Who's going to step up? And for Chambers, they're just having trouble scoring the basketball, but you feel like if Apex Friendship can go on a little bit of a run, it's going to make it really tough for the Cougars to come back.
Holloway takes the screen, gets to the hole, overshoots on the layup, had a path, but couldn't finish. 3 minutes left in the third. Quick extra pass. This is Coleman getting through a shot, though stuffed away by Hicks. Cougars on the run, and a couple of Patriots near midcourt reaching in. And the foul will be charged against Sign. That's number 3.
Hicks with the block on the defensive end. Only a sophomore, 6 feet tall. She's a talented player to watch in the next couple of years.
All right, hang with us later in the game. We'll be selecting our Talk It Out of North Carolina play of the game. So start the conversation, stop underage drinking. Patriots by 8. Holloway, hard attack, missed a shot, offensive rebound, and the fadeaway won't go, and a foul on the Patriots. This will be Marley Beam's second foul, and Hicks will head to the free throw line.
She's had 4 points, 6 boards, just scrapping down low. Shot went to the backside, and look at her rise up and gets the contact to get to the line.
Well, this has just been a grinder of a third quarter for both of these teams. And Hicks misses, one more coming. Maya Hall in, replacing Henderson. Missed them both. Jousted for the rebound. It's going the other way to Apex Friendship.
Victoria Sign is very physical, down low, boxing out. That's what helped her regain possession.
No, Danelle Ryan, he knows. State championship game, you cannot leave points to the foul line right now, as difficult as it is for his team to score. 31-23, another high-risk pass. Patriots fortunate to maintain possession. Now in the hands of Indy Navarre. They play at the sign, foul line jumper, that is short, crashing the glass. The putback, though, is missed. Rebound to the Cougars. They played quickly ahead into the front court. Holloway to a wide open wing, and the three-pointer is missed. A good clean look again. But Kay Decker couldn't knock it down. This is a 26-16 game at halftime. Very little offense in this third quarter. Spreading the floor against the zone. Nice move on the inside, and that layup springs out of there from side. Jay, I'm not sure which team is Chambers lucky to be down 8, or is Apex Friendship lucky it's not closer? Both teams have in-close opportunities as Navarre playing with 3 fouls wildly into the lane, and a whistle on the floor. This is going to be a foul on the Cougars.
You know, I like how there's not a lot of room to operate for Navarre, but she just kind of has the aggressive mentality where she's going to create something, and she knows that she could get a foul call She just went in there full steam ahead and tried to create something and, again, put pressure on the defense.
Little John in for Jasmine Navarre, trying to give her a little bit of a rest through the end of this third quarter. 31-23, Apex Friendship. The pass to Little John right off the bench and right on cue.
A good ball movement, and then Little John stepping up with a huge bucket.
West Shore home three-pointer, bringing happiness to every home. The lead is now 11. Inside a minute, and a foul on the Patriots. That's impressive from Little John. Hadn't played a whole lot in this game. You come right off of the bench, ready to shoot and ready to make an impact. And there was no hesitation on that release at all.
She's a confident shooter. When the ball rotation was coming towards her side, her feet were set.
In the corner, this is a three by Harris. And the rebound knocked out, and it will belong to the Patriots. We may get an overrule here. Yes. We'll stay with the Cougars. Player of the game on the way later on in the fourth quarter. Brought to you by West Shore Home, America's most admired home remodeling brand. Last 40 seconds of the third quarter. Apex Friendship leading by 11. Nice little step through. Jumper missed by Holloway. Second crack, no. Third crack blocked. What a Patriots foul. Nothing easy at all today. The Cougars are shooting 31% from the floor. Apex Friendship only 26%.
10 rebounds for Hicks, the sophomore coming in off the bench, making an impact, just extending possessions with her hustle.
One more coming for Hicks. The NCDPS free throw line. That last foul was called on Beam. She now has 4. So Beam will sit. Hicks makes the pair. 30 seconds left. 9-point lead for the Patriots. 34-25. A takeaway by the Cougars. 3-on-2. Attacking is Harris. Seven-point game. 10 seconds left. Third quarter. Little John. Oh, the pass too tall on the corner for Sign. 5 seconds left, Jay. And the Cougars, the length of the floor, has it cracked. They're down by 7.
An opportunity, their defensive pressure much better in the third.
Here's Holloway, moving left. The double clutch, shorts. And that is the end of the third quarter. It was a 10-point lead after 2 quarters. It's down to 7. The two-time defending champs trailing Apex Friendship. Fourth quarter on the way. 34-27 Patriots.
Parents all over North Carolina are taking the Talk It Out pledge with their teens. It helps you make a plan together for what they'll do if friends have alcohol. It says they can call you anytime without being punished.
Thanks, Dad.
Anytime. Thanks for calling.
No problem.
You know, when I'm not busy driving nails, I'm driving through Builder's Discount Center. And no wonder. They have top-grade materials and the best prices in town. The lumber, roofing, windows, vinyl siding, and complete packages for storage buildings, decks, even garages. And you can just drive in, load up, and drive out.
You can't do that at those big box stores.
Real projects, real materials, real fast. Don't just build, build tough. BuildersDiscount.net.
The NCHSAA basketball championships are this Saturday on MyRDC. At 5 p.m., the 4A girls square off as Apex Friendship takes on Chambers.
An Apex Friendship is powered by McDonald's All-American Indian Navarre, while the Chamber girls are the defending state champs looking to add to their trophy case.
Then at 7:30 p.m. on MyRDC, it's the 4A boys' turn as Panther Creek takes on Weddington.
Panther Creek beat last year's 4A state champ Millbrook during an impressive playoff run, and now faces a Weddington team that hasn't lost in over 2 years, including last year's 3A state title.
Tune in this Saturday for the NCHSAA basketball championships.
There's something bigger than just me. I represent an entire facility. People appreciate you for what you do. Thank you, shake your hand.
I feel like I'm doing a service to the citizens of North Carolina.
You know, you want to be the best officer you can be.
I got my COVID-19 vaccine because I want to work towards a more normal world in the classroom and for sports and my grandparents.
I got vaccinated because I love my family. I love my friends.
Visit myspot.nc.gov to schedule your child's COVID-19 vaccine today.
Let's take a look at our Legacy Credit Union stats for the third quarter. Be your best you with the Legacy Federal Credit Union, Jay.
Well, a turn of events. The halftime break, Chambers was down in the rebound battle. Now they evened it up, doing a better job boxing out points off turnovers, though. That's been the area where the Patriots have taken advantage of the mistakes of Chambers.
All right, Apex Friendship will be defending here as the fourth gets underway. 7-point deficit facing the Cougars. And the Hardys points in the paint for both teams through this third quarter. A deep three knocked down by Jaslyn Harris.
The sophomore coming through to start off the quarter. Now only a 4-point deficit.
West Shore home three-pointer. West Shore home bringing happiness to every home. 34-30. This is the closest they've been. And Navarre attacking and spinning one home like a right-handed bowler. 36-30 Patriots. She was 1 for 10 through the first three quarters. But with the state championship on the line, Stars tend to get to reach the surface. Takeaway by the Patriots. I think that was Navarre who kind of tipped that dribble away. Coleman throws back. Little John for three. No. Hicks grabs the rebound, gets to the floor, and throws to a teammate. That's 10 rebounds off the bench for Hicks today. They dump it to the inside. A blown layup, though. Hicks in the rebound. He tried to hand it off to a teammate. And Hicks got it into the hands of Hall, who then got kind of rolled over onto her side, right over the top of a Friendship player. And it's going to belong to Apex Friendship. 36-30. The Patriots lead.
Well, and how about Hicks coming in off the bench, 11 rebounds. Yeah. I mean, she has really provided a lot, especially just controlling the paint here. She's the main reason why they've surged in the second half.
Yeah, just a 6-foot sophomore for Chambers. Coleman weaving. Gets it to Ayla Stark, who's on the floor, number 20 for the Patriots for the first time. Pass tipped away. Back to Coleman. A ball fake. A stuff near the rim, but a foul with the body by Chambers. That'll be a shooting foul for the Patriots.
Coleman playing with such a good pace. A little pass fake to the outside. And going straight into the body of Hicks. Coleman, 3 for 3 from the line, 15 points. The senior played so well.
And Coleman, this is the first of 2 from the Builders Discount Center free throw line. Builders Discount, don't just build tough. That foul went on to Hicks, her first. And 1 and 2 for Coleman, who leads all scorers with 16 points. And Coleman will get a break. Jasmine Navarre back in for the Patriots. Talked to Scott Campbell earlier in the week, and he said it was kind of a driving campaign and message as they got into the playoffs, as we do get a whistle, that India Navarre was driven by playing one more game for a state title with her sister Jasmine. And that's what happened when they knocked off Millbrook. 6:10 left in regulation, 37-30 the lead for the Patriots.
Well, and Scott Campbell's team has played really good with leads all throughout the season against Millbrook. The regional final is around this point too. They had a 7-point deficit or a 7-point lead. Millbrook was coming back, and then they just turned it on, flipped the script on the defensive end, and create easy opportunities in transition. I know that's what he's looking for from his team and talking about during the break, getting turnovers and boxing out and then moving the ball in transition.
Well, Jay, anytime you get into a game like this, especially if you're trying to take down the defending state champ, and then particularly for the Patriots, this is the first time the school has ever played for a state title in any sport. it's not going to be given to you. You know the Cougars at some point are going to come back with their last best shot. Just like we saw in the men's game in 2A with Farmville Central, the 3-time defending champs. They got to a tie a couple of times. So you're a long way from the checkered flag here if you're the Apex Friendship Patriots. You like where you are. But, again, anything can happen with 6.5 minutes to go.
Well, in pressure situations, that's where you have to be calm, composed, and execute. And we've seen throughout the day in the previous 2 games, at this point, as you get closer to the end of the ball game, the opponent that's down really sells out on the defensive end. I would expect the Cougars to trap, do whatever they can to try to create turnovers. Patriots just have to make sure they keep their spacing, stay confident on offense, and make assertive passes.
So Chambers will throw in, down by 7. .6:13 remaining in the 4th quarter. It's man-to-man by the Patriots. Will survey and almost throw that in the backcourt. Drive by Henderson, faking on Sign, and passes it away. Quick extra pass. Harris. Yes! Jaslyn Harris. 2 threes in this 4th quarter. And a West Shore home 3-pointer knocked down by Jaslyn Harris, bringing happiness to every home. 4-point game. Sign steps in, no good from short range. Rebound, Holloway. And here come the Cougars. This could be the run we were expecting. Holloway angles in, got knocked off the play. There's no whistle. And a 2-on-1 the other way. Navarre takes, banks it too strong. But the rebound pinballs to Jasmine Navarre, who tries to guard the basketball and her body, and she got pretzeled up with Aaliyah L. And I think they call it a jump ball, and the arrow goes the other way to Chambers.
How about Harris? Young sophomore guard coming in. 4 for 5 from the field, 10 points. Yeah. She's been the offensive leader.
Well, we were wondering who was going to step up and score for the Cougars. She would have been far down that list of expectations, one would imagine. But well, what a time for her to start shining. Henderson gets to the hole. Again, looking for a foul. Didn't come. Offensive rebound and the putback by Hicks. Another rebound for Hicks. And don't look now, but it's a 2-point game.
It's been 2 sophomores, Hicks and Harris. That's the reason why the Cougars are coming back.
Jasmine Navarre off the bounce. Short with a 3 and out of bounds. And Scott Campbell looking at Jasmine Navarre saying, why? What are we doing? Far too early in that possession to settle for a contested 3, especially for a freshman in the state championship game. And Navarre will leave and probably hear a little bit more about that shot selection from Scott Campbell.
I think for the Patriots, you just have to drive in. Try to get to the line where you've been really good. Get easy points in the paint. Right now, the outside shot just isn't falling because of the perimeter defense.
Chambers has never led this game. Hicks for the tie. Yes! Off glass! 10 points, 12 rebounds, and Chambers has come from 14 down. We are all square with 4:10 left in the 4th quarter. Dangerous pass covered by Coleman. Might have gotten nicked on the way by. Into the corner. 3 on the way. No. Rebound, Chambers. And a takeaway, though, by Side. They play it ahead. Oh, loose with the pass. A run out. A shot for the lead for Chambers. Yes! The layup by Harris. She was losing the handle of that basketball on the way up. Still just kind of nudged it in. And now into the bar, and the Patriots, you talk about composure. It's really loose right now for the Patriots. Following Zoe Henderson. Well, plot twist in Chapel Hill. From 14 down to left dead in the water, the 2-time defending champs in the lead. Final media from Chapel Hill. Chambers by 2.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, We resolve to have your back and be your trusted partner in health, so you have the confidence to make caring for your family easy. Visit BlueCrossNC.com to learn more about coverage that's right for you.
There's something bigger than just me. I represent an entire facility. People appreciate you for what you do. Thank you, shake your hand.
I feel like I'm doing a service to the citizens of North Carolina.
You know, you want to be the best officer you can be.
Seems like attorneys from all over the country are asking you to call them when you're injured.
Call them, and your case could end up in New York or Florida.
But what do they know about our communities?
Call the heavy hitters, and your case will be handled right here in North Carolina.
We know what goes on in our courthouses.
Which means we know how to get you paid here.
So call the law firm that knows North Carolina.
And that North Carolina knows.
Tatum and Atkinson.
They'll work to get you more. 1-800-LAW 0804.
Chambers Cougars in front for the first time in this championship. They have overcome a 14-point deficit. The two-time defending champs with practically a brand new roster. That was the concern for Donnell Ryan. All of that experience from those two championships mainly gone. So yes, in name and in brand, they are the two-time champs. But for a lot of these players playing any kind of significant minutes, this is brand new for them too. What a show of character we've seen from them.
He's got talent on this team, but he's got the experience. And for him, trying to impose that wisdom on his ball club.
All right, Apex Friendship will throw in. They have been outscored 12-3 in this final quarter. And it's been a sophomore and a junior that have led the way for the Cougars. Navarre spinning to the hole. Oh, look at that finish with pressure and through traffic.
And they've got to give the ball to India Navarre every possession. Let her create something, drive, get fouls, create opportunities for teammates.
And a throwaway. Little John steals. Is tipped back to the Patriots. And boy, Navarre is kind of waving her hand as we get Scott Campbell taking a timeout. Navarre wanted that pass to come her way. Timeout, Patriots. And there's the look at the face of the future leader of Tara Vanderveer, Stanford Cardinal. And let's take a look at that last, just delicious finish by Navarre.
And this is what a McDonald's All-American looks like. Gets the ball, so much defensive pressure. Hicks coming over. How did she get that up underneath the arm of Hicks and putting the spin to knock it in?
And probably should have been a foul on top of that too, Jake.
Could have been and one.
Now, you mentioned Navarre being a McDonald's All-American. She was also named the Gatorade Player of the Year in the state a couple of days ago. Congratulations to her. The McDonald's All-American game is in Chicago later on this month. Scott Campbell said a couple of days ago he and his wife were booking hotel rooms to go watch her play. Then he found out the game tickets were $100. They're now reevaluating whether he and his wife actually go to Chicago to go watch her play in that game. I don't know how that's going to be played out, but this will be the final few minutes of an illustrious high school career for India Navarre.
And she's been amazing, such a good person, great student, and this is her moment. You can tell she wants the ball.
Wouldn't you think there'd be a pass list large enough to include one more person for that McDonald's All-American game?
They'll find a way.
Come on, Chicago. Patriots basketball, tie game as we approach 3 minutes for regulation. Jada Coleman has been big for the Patriots, 16 points. Jasmine Navarre remains on the bench. Little John throws over the top. Looking on the post for Stark. Turnover, Apex Friendship. And Scott Campbell walks right down the bench. And Little John will leave. Jasmine Navarre back in. Cougar basketball. 2:45 left. Holloway works on Coleman. Navarre is now defending Harris, who's had 8 points in this quarter. Baseline pass, pulled back away, and out front it comes. Here's Harris with the big fourth quarter, and she got nailed in the lane heading to the rim.
And Patrick, the sophomores for Chambers are so aggressive. Hicks was setting up, trying to gain position, down low, calling for the ball, and Harris, a one-on-one opportunity. She somehow gets into the lane.
That foul charge against Sign, that is number 4. throws now for Jaslyn Harris, just a sophomore. And the lead back to Chambers. And one more coming from the Builders Discount Center free throw line. Builders Discount, don't just build, build tough. She is aiming for her 10th point in this quarter. She had no points at halftime. She now has 14 in this second half, Jay.
And 4 steals on the defensive end, being on both ends of the court.
And a timeout taken, 2:33 left, 41-39. These are the kind of wood chipper games that Chambers has played all year. They're not putting 75 or 80 on teams this year. That offense has gone through Chambers and gone on to greener pastures. These are the kind of defensive pitchers duels type games that they played and frankly won almost all this year.
And possession by possession now for the rest of this ball game. Which team can execute, find a way, especially on the critical moments, to make something happen. It seems like it's been back and forth, and this may come down to the last possession with each team trading hoops.
Yeah, even in the opening round game of the playoffs, Chambers against the 27 seed Hopewell only won by only 3. Now Apex Friendship, remember, it's been basically lopsided win after lopsided win, and here they are now for a state title, no less, down by 2 with 2.5 to go. It will be Patriots basketball, 3 defenders in the backcourt for Chambers. And it's in the hands of Indy DeMar. Dangerous pass, he throws it away. And look how fast the Cougars head to the rim, and we get a foul on Navar. That is number 4. Oh, a couple of very poor decisions there.
They're trying to move the ball up for a fast break opportunity. Good anticipation to jump in front, get the steal. And now, can you make your free throws? They're 6 for 10 on the day.
Short. And one more coming from the Builders Discount Center free throw line. So 4 fouls now for Navar, 4 for Sign, 4 for Bean. L misses both. Battle for the board. Coleman has it for the Patriots. 2:20 to go. In the lane, Coleman. Hard off glass, no. Rebound grab by the Cougars. They have L down the floor. The pass gets to her, and Navar can't foul. She would have fouled out of the game. And defers to the layup, and a 4-point lead for Chambers.
And that was Hicks with the defensive board to push the ball up the court.
How quickly the Cougars have taken a turnover and turned it into a fast break chance. Navar. Oh, goodness. Timeout, Patriots. Jay, we saw a shot like that last week in the regional final. It hit off of the heel of the iron. Normally, it's a 9-foot, 12-foot rebound back to the free throw line, just like last week. At green level, it almost deflated on the heel and somehow dropped in.
And the defenders had a miscommunication. That was one of the cleanest looks India's had. And look at the emotion, knocking it in. I mean, it's been just relentless defensive pressure, and she's found a way to make an impact. 12.7 rebounds, 3 assists. So many times she's led the fast break to create opportunities for her teammates. She's got to touch the ball in every possession.
All right, but the lead still remains to Chambers by 1. Each team has 2 timeouts left. 16 fouls committed by Chambers, 8 by the Patriots. Let's go into Donnell Ryan's huddle here, because your underclassmen have led the way, and your defense, make no mistake, that's been the engine of this rally.
The defense has been outstanding, and the 2 confident players looking for their shots have been sophomores. Hicks has really just dominated down low. Harris has exploded 14 points in the second half. Holloway's their leading scorer. She's a sophomore as well.
1:46 remaining. The Cougars trying to win their 3rd straight state title. Apex Friendship trying to win the 1st state title in any sport in school history. Patriots had a 14-point lead. They trail by 1. Cougars break the pressure. set up. Here is Harris. Harris, 14 points the second half. Hicks throws back out front. Again, the Cougars are playing with the lead here. There's no shot clock. .1:15 left. How long will Apex Friendship allow this to go? Oh, deflection. There is steal. It's loose. Navarre has it. Navarre gets by one defender, controls the dribble, drives in, and gives the Patriots the lead. Timeout, Apex Friendship. Indy Navarre scored the last 5 for Apex Friendship. And just when you wondered how long it was going to be before the Patriots take a foul, Navarre bails out Apex Friendship with this steal at midcourt and the layup for the lead.
And what do you know? Play of the game just happened. Scott Campbell has such a special bond with Indy and Navarre. They let the defense play out. They know Chambers' 21 turnovers on the day. They felt confident that they could create a turnover. And his superstar senior came through, jumping into the passing lane, and then executed to give the team a 1-point lead in a smart timeout to get over the sideline and adjust here for the final minute.
That is the Talk It Out North Carolina play of the game. Start the conversation. Stop underage drinking. Don't you get the sense that everybody in this arena is about ready to throw up? I mean, it's back and forth, so much tension, so much anxiety. Back and forth in the final couple minutes for a state championship game.
It was tense.
Remember, Indy Navarre at the end of the third quarter was 1 of 10 from the floor. In this fourth quarter, down the stretch, 4 for 4. And now, one last word with her sister. Seconds away, maybe, from a state title for the Navarre sisters, with the Cougars down by just 1. In the hands of Elle, plays it ahead to Harris. And now a timeout by Donnell Ryan as they enter into the half court.
Well, good job by Donnell Ryan getting his team to move the ball up, and then now across half court you can sit up your half-court offense, and in this situation, I'd set up a 2-man game on one side of the floor, clear everything out, try to get the ball into Hicks down in the post. She's been doing a good job of setting up and asking for the ball, and then you can use in a situation where she can go one-on-one, or if the double team comes down, dish the ball back outside, where Harris has been so efficient, 5 for 6 from the field.
And boy, man, kind of out of nowhere, Harris, 14 points and 7 rebounds. Hicks, 10 points, 7 rebounds. I mean, these are two players averaging 10 total points a game, Harris and Hicks. They're trying to carry Chambers to a state title as sophomores.
And for Scott Campbell, knowing that this is a young Cougars group, you change up your defense and maybe go zone in this situation to try to make them out of their comfort zone. We'll see how they come out, but I would expect a different look.
All right, 51.4 left. Nobody has any idea how this one's going to play out. Right? We saw the worst of these two teams the first half. We're seeing the best of these two teams here in the final 5 or 6 minutes of this fourth quarter. This has been a pleasure to be a part of. So the Cougars will throw in, and it's in the hands of Holloway. Clock running, under 50 seconds, down 1. Tries to split the double team, and gets fouled. And Victoria Sign has fouled out of the game. And Scott Campbell saw the contact. Nice move right there by Holloway to step through, force the defense to make some choices. They got the whistle. So Sign's championship is over. 4 points for Sign. 5 rebounds, was only 1 of 12 from the floor, though. But without her, she's been a big part of this program. For the tie, yes. Well, that's a some kind of clutch free throw right there. Front end of a 1-1, inside a minute for a state title.
Pressure situation. That was her first free throw of the day.
By a sophomore. This one's for the lead. That's big time. Big time stuff right there by Marla Holloway. Patriots ball down 1. Apex Friendship, 1 timeout left. Jasmine Ibarra plays to Coleman. Inside it goes. Littlejohn lost her balance. It's out of bounds to Chambers. And in that offensive possession, Jay, it never touched Indy Navarre.
They were pressuring Navarre. They tried to get the ball inside. Just good defense.
Cougars will throw in. They hand it in. The ball just got it back into the hands of Henderson. Press is broken. Harris. Chambers playing keep away. 22 seconds left, and Ryan calls a timeout. That will be their final one. 22 seconds left. 45-44 Cougars. Question about the timeout. To me, you see it a couple of different ways. A pass was kind of in the area of a teammate, but it landed, so it looked to me like they were a little out of sorts. But you do lose the opportunity. The clock continuing to run. Now you have a dead ball out of bounds play as well. You need to execute to get in.
Yeah, and you have a situation, if you do get the ball in, Apex Friendship is going to trap. And going to put a lot of pressure on you. If you don't get the quick turnover, they'll foul. But just interesting strategy. He felt like his team was just out of rhythm, wanted to bring over the sideline. But now, if it is a free throw shooting situation and they do get fouled, it's going to be important for them to come through in the clutch and try to get the ball to Holloway. She just knocked down 2 big ones. She's your clutch performer from the line.
All right, let's get to our West Shore home player of the game, America's most admired home remodeling brand. I guarantee if you had chosen Jaslyn Harris is your player of the game at halftime, you would have gotten 1,000,000 to 1. She had no points. That's how impactful she's been in the second half.
She's made a name for herself from outside, beyond the three-point line. She's been one of the main reasons why they've been able to come back. And on the defensive side, just an outstanding job creating turnovers. 4 steals on the day.
14 points, 2 rebounds, 4 steals, 5 of 6 from the field, a couple of threes. And here we go. It's in her hands to get this safely inbound for Chambers. The long pass gets to Holloway. Clock runs. Inside 20. Do they not want to foul Holloway? Doesn't look like it. Being chased. And there's a foul out near midcourt. 13-9. Foul on Coleman. So Donnell Ryan runs a play for one of his finer free throw shooters. And the Patriots could not deny. So it is Marla Holloway to the free throw line. She's 2 for 2 today. The lead is 1 for the Cougars.
Box out if you're the Patriots, down low. You should put a body on hits.
13 seconds left. Holloway, one of the sophomores, makes it a 2-point game. Well, here we go. Patriots have it in. Jasmine Navarre leads it ahead to Coleman. 9 seconds. Here's Indy Navarre. The state title rests on her drive to the hole. Short. Rebound. Chambers. And a foul with 3.4. Navarre has single-handedly brought Apex Friendship back in this 4th quarter. Could not get that driving layup for the tie.
And there's contact down low. Now free throws coming up. Patriots still have a chance. You have to hope for at least 1 miss and then quickly move the ball up the court.
Apex Friendship does have 1 timeout left. If L makes each of these, it's basically over. Folks, it's not over. That's 3 straight misses now by L. And now if you're Scott Campbell, it looks like he's saying we're playing on. I don't think he's taking a timeout here. Free throw, no. Loose ball, rebound, underneath. Grabbed by Jasmine Navarre. So he from 70. And the 3rd straight state title for the Chambers Cougars. Surmounted a 14-point deficit late in the 2nd quarter. And they knock off Apex Friendship 46-44. Donnell Ryan's Cougars are at it again. City. Chambers, a stunning come-from-behind win over Apex Friendship. 46-44 your final. We are back with a trophy presentation, and we will hear once again from Donnell Ryan, the champion head coach, when we come back.
With 4 strips of crispy bacon and rich melty cheese and 2 juicy charbroiled patties. Of course, no meeting can compete with this meat. Give in to the new Double Bacon Beast Burger at Hardee's and feed your happy.
Oh, this must be super embarrassing. Let me get that terrible driver I just got pulled over look. Wait, click. Perfect.
Whether you're a driver or a passenger, you're required by law to buckle up or face a fine up to $161. Click it or ticket. Every seat, every time.
It's time for all parents to have that conversation with their pediatricians.
Vaccines are an important part of the puzzle. We need to step out of ourselves and do what's best for everyone.
Visit myspot.nc.gov to schedule your child's COVID-19 vaccine today.
There's something bigger than just me. I represent an entire facility. People appreciate you for what you do. Thank you, shake your hand.
I feel like I'm doing a service to the citizens of North Carolina.
You know, you want to be the best officer you can be.
Parents all over North Carolina are taking the Talk It Out pledge with their teens. It helps you make a plan together for what they'll do if friends have alcohol. It says they can call you anytime without being punished.
Thanks, Dad. Anytime. Thanks for calling.
No problem.
With crispy bacon and fluffy eggs and melty cheese. Ooh, beast mode doesn't have to stop for breakfast. Give in to the new Bacon Beast breakfast menu at Hardee's and feed your happy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's time for some high school championship basketball, baby. I'm Nelson Weston, and who better to join us than our good friend all the way from Ingalls Markets, Melissa Level. Melissa,
I'm so excited to see you.
I'm always excited to see you as well. Now, you and I both know that Ingalls has had a long-standing partnership with the community in terms of academics and athletics for a long, long time now. Right. The question has to be asked, though, what inspires y'all to want to continue supporting the community?
Well, you know, Ingalls is part of our communities. We're a big corporation, but our stores are individual beacons inside smaller communities. So with that being said, this is a perfect way to do that. Supporting young athletes, supporting schools, that helps us build bigger, stronger communities.
I like that. Now, speaking of community, you and I both know that in the community, Ingalls is also known for their delicious, mouth-watering, and tasty good food.
Oh, I know.
What are some of your favorite dishes at Ingalls?
You know, I love going to the Ingalls Deli. Everything is already made. I can get a great sub with boar's head beef or pick up a nice hot meal, go to the park, go to the game. No mess, no fuss.
That would hit the spot right about now.
I'm starving.
Now, y'all are also known for y'all's famous Tools for Schools program.
That's right.
Now, on one hand, for those who are unfamiliar, what is Tools for Schools? But more importantly, how does the public get involved?
Well, it's really simple to get involved, and you just have to register your Ingalls Advantage card. That's free, and then attach it to a school of your choice, and every time you shop and use that card, a percentage of your sales go to that school.
Wow.
It's wonderful. It allows teachers and administrators to get the things they need for their school without having to pay for it out of their own pocket. It allows our shoppers, our customers, to be able to benefit the community just by shopping at Ingalls.
Now, just to follow up with that, how long has this program been around? And furthermore, how much in terms of donations have been made since its inception?
It's been around 17 years, and we're close to $23 million in donations.
Close to $23 million?
Yes.
That is outstanding work. Melissa, you and Ingalls, y'all keep up the magnificent work.
Well, thank you.
Folks, it's time for some high school championship basketball. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the game.
We're back inside the Dean Dome after a stunning comeback by now the three-time consecutive state champion Chambers Cougars. 46-44 over Apex Friendship as we take a look at the legacy post-game stats, Jay?
Well, in the second half, it was Chambers' ability to rebound. It was the key to game. That's what changed the course. Specifically Hicks, the sophomore. She dominated on the glass, 14 rebounds on the night.
So they're going to look at the total numbers. Be your best you with the Legacy Federal Credit Union. And there's the banner being presented one more time. That'll hang next to the 2021 banner, the 2020 banner for Chambers. And our Hardee's Points in the Paint post game. Try the new Bacon Beast menu at Hardee's today. Crispy bacon in a burger, biscuit, or breakfast burrito, Jay.
In the halftime break, Chambers was down 10-6 with points in the paint. They turned it on in the second half. And that was a major reason why their defense was much better. And they turned it into offense, especially down near the hoop. They went away from the outside shooting and went down near the hoop, and that's what paid off.
All right, well, for those fans tuning in, crestfallen look on that Apex Friendship sideline. If you just ask the basic question, how did this happen, what would be your answer?
Well, I think in the fourth quarter, they really fought, and it could have gone either way. Chambers' defense in the third quarter, when they went to a zone look, started to create more turnovers. It just seemed like it sped up the Patriots' pace. They couldn't get into a flow with their outside shooting, which has been one of their strong points. And it was hard to get Indian Navarro the ball, especially in the third, and then just change the momentum.
Well, when you talk about the future of this Chambers Cougar program, 3 sophomores did the deal today for Chambers. Lila Holloway, Sinai Hicks, Jaslyn Harris. There is a look at Hicks. A huge game for Hicks. She controlled both the offense and defensive glass, finishing with 14 rebounds, 7 O boards, 7 D boards, some strong stick backs, and any loose ball that was anywhere near her was hers.
And you love to see the confidence rise of the young players and make an impact in such a huge game.
All right, so the 3 sophomores combined for 32 points and 19 rebounds. Hicks, Holloway, and Harris. And Jay Stonehalter about to get in position to talk with the head coach of Chambers, Donnell Ryan. 24-6, the 6th seed out of the West wins their 3rd straight state title. Let's go to Jay with Coach Donnell Ryan.
Coach, what happened in the second half? Your defensive intensity just turned up another notch to come back in the game.
Well, I told the girls at half that we needed to play defense. We didn't play defense, and we turned the ball over a lot of times. I told them that they wanted this, so the only way they're going to do it, they got to come out and stop the other team, and we got to make our layups.
And your sophomores just took over. Hicks, Holloway, and Harris, 32 points, 19 rebounds. How important was their effort?
Outstanding. Jaslyn Harris, she hit some big threes. Sandy Hicks, she was all over the place, blocking shots, rebounding. And Mila Holloway, she ended it up for us at the free throw line.
Your 3 best players were sophomores. How bright is the future? You get the state championship today. You've had them in the past, and so many key players coming back.
It is real bright. They say when it's so bright, you got to wear shades. The future can be so bright for this group. I'm so excited that they had the opportunity to win this 3-peat. That team we played was excellent. Indian Navarro is a great player, but our team was the better team today.
Congratulations on a great year, and have a great celebration with your team.
I will. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, there's Donnell Ryan, 6-year head coach for the Chambers Cougars. He's won 3 state titles. I'd look for maybe a contract extension if I'm Donnell Ryan. 3 titles in 6 years, and their future is very strong to get back here to the state title game again. 46-44, the final. Chambers over Apex Friendship. We'd like to take a minute to thank all the great sponsors: West Shore Home, North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, Talk It Out North Carolina, Builders Discount, North Carolina Department of Public Safety, Hardee's, a Legacy Credit Union, and Ingalls Markets. And all these sponsor partners, through their contributions, make all of these championship games possible for you. Again, your final. 4A women's state champions, again overcoming a 14-point second quarter deficit, taking the lead late and putting it away. Chambers 46, Apex Friendship 44. For Jay Sohnhalter and our entire crew, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Chambers a three-peat in Chapel Hill as they take down Apex Friendship by 2.